Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're testing out the brand spanking new Tower 28 Sunny Days Tinted SPF. This is sort of meant to be a skincare makeup hybrid, which is really exciting to me. It's a mineral formula. I'll go over all the details once we start with the application. But yeah, pretty pumped about this one. Before we get started, if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it at any point. And if you don't have to, you know? Do what you want. But thanks for clicking on this video and let's get started on the application. I feel like my white balance is off. I don't know what my hair is doing. Let's just ignore all that. I just wanted to get this video out for you. Here is the new Tower 28 Tinted SPF. This is called Sunny Days. It's a broad spectrum SPF 30 tinted sunscreen. They did send this to me, by the way. I just got it in the mail and it came with this little booklet, so I have all the info to show you. So this is retailing for $30. As I mentioned, it's SPF 30. The SPF is a non-nano zinc oxide formula, so it is 100% mineral sunscreen. It also says it shields from visible light protection, including blue light, and has soothing ingredients for UV stressed skin. Light medium buildable coverage, 14 flexible shades, a natural finish, and no white cast or oxidation. First off, the 14 shades for a tinted sunscreen is incredible. I am just so happy that they have so many shades for a tinted product. I feel like especially tinted sunscreens, they will have maybe 5 shades at best, which really isn't enough shades for everyone, because even with sheer products, there's a lot of different undertones, and it's just amazing that they did 14 shades for a tinted formula. So already that has a big check plus for me. So this is also the first and only makeup that has the National Eczema Association seal of acceptance. So if you have sensitive skin, real good ingredients in here. I have sensitive skin as well. It's described as a 2-in-1 sunscreen foundation hybrid, used daily as the last step of your skincare routine to protect from UVA, UVB, and visible light with SPF 30, and the first step of your makeup routine to cover up redness, etc. It also says they worked with the celebrity MUA Kieran Batty on shade development and started with the deepest shades to ensure all skin shades are included. Light to medium coverage with a natural finish. It's not just sunscreen, it's high performance makeup. Coolio has prickly pear, white sage, and aloe vera, and I just have the ingredient card here. Sounds really good. I'm excited to try it out. I have the shade 15 Melrose, which they said that they shade matched me, and we'll see how that goes. And the nozzle is sort of just like, what would you call this? A needle nose type of applicator. So let's just get to it. Let's put it on. I'm actually gonna make sure I shake it first though. Here is the consistency, pretty liquidy. The shade looks nice. This is definitely not enough, but I'm just gonna start with this much with my fingers and see how it goes. Barely any scent that I could notice, and the consistency is really nice. It's sort of like a gel cream feeling almost. Here's what it looks like just on my cheek area. I love the texture. It's really satisfying on the skin. It doesn't like dry out or feel too matte, but it's also not too dewy. I do agree with the claim of it being a really like perfect finish, and yeah, like a little bit of glow, nothing too crazy. I think the shade match is really good for me as well. Sometimes with tinted sunscreens, even I have an issue finding a shade because even the lightest shade might be a little bit too orange. I don't believe this is the lightest shade. It says 15. So now taking more to put over on this side. It's doing a really good job at evening redness. More coverage than I was expecting. I think it looks absolutely beautiful so far. If I were to say if it leans towards more dewy or matte, it's definitely a little bit on the dewier side. I had moisturizer and everything under this, but it doesn't feel like too oily or greasy feeling. I will go ahead and like finish up my makeup and wear foundation over this and everything, and I'll update you on how that goes. But upon my first impressions, I really liked this. The pigment was easy to blend in. Sometimes I find with tinted products, it just like might get a little bit patchy. Just the shade works so well. I like the texture of it. It doesn't feel like gross, which sometimes I feel like sunscreens can feel a little bit gross on your skin, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, beautiful finish. Nothing really to complain about yet. I like the applicator. You can squeeze out the right amount of product, and if you need more, you can always go back into it. I did use quite a lot because you do need a fairly large amount of sunscreen to get adequate protection on a daily basis, but like even using that much product, it didn't pill up or feel heavy or get weird and cakey looking. So far so good. I will also note that on my blemishes and scarring and just the texture on my face. It's not accentuating my texture or the blemishes at all. It's not making them look worse. So I think the sort of like gel cream consistency of this is a really nice texture to where it doesn't like really sink into your skin in fine lines, but it isn't too thick that it sits on top of your skin. It seems to be that perfect in-between texture. I did go ahead and apply this with my hands. That's what I prefer to do with sunscreens and tinted sunscreens, but it did say in the pamphlet you can use a brush or a sponge depending on your coverage. It said for your hands it gives you lighter coverage, but even with my hands I'm noticing like it gives me a really nice amount of coverage, a lot more than what I'm used to with a tinted sunscreen. Like I feel like it actually covered what I wanted it to cover, and I could wear this out on its own. So I will have to try that with a brush and sponge and sort of see how the coverage level differs. But yeah, she's feeling good, looking great. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll do a little close-up for you. We are back. Rest of my makeup is done. I will link in the description below what I used. I did use this new Makeup by Mario lipstick. This is the shade Erin. I'm obsessed already. Such a beautiful formula. And in terms of how the SPF went with the rest of my makeup, I feel like it actually made my foundation look better. It was just so beautiful under the foundation I used. It was a matte formula, so I feel like the slight dewiness of the sunscreen really worked with my skin, but I don't feel like it's extra dewy. Like I still have a pretty matte finish going on. So in terms of it going well with makeup, I give it thumbs up. I think it worked really beautifully. I will have to try it with more of like a dewy foundation, but usually I find that matte foundations are the more troublesome ones, so I'm assuming it'll also be a pretty good formula to work with more dewy or just like normal satin finish foundations. Overall, I'm really happy with this formula. It's actually really hard to believe this is a mineral formula. I was thinking about that as I was doing the rest of my makeup. I was like, I can't believe I have a lot of mineral sunscreen on my face and like it doesn't feel like it or look like it. Mineral sunscreens can tend to be on like the heavier, thick side of things, but this is like a really cool gel formula. It actually reminds me a little bit of the First Aid Beauty. They had a mineral sunscreen they came out with that I repurchased, but then the next one I got was grainy, which was weird. So I do not recommend that one because it was grainy, but it had the same sort of like gel serum consistency that was really beautiful under makeup and just a great lightweight mineral SPF option. I really like Tower 28. The shades that they did are amazing, and it's always sensitive skin friendly, which I personally appreciate, and such a great option. Sunscreen can just be really difficult to figure out for your own skin. So if you have sensitive skin, you like mineral formulas, and you like a tinted one, I do recommend this one. I will have to update you in the comments how I feel like it wears with different foundations, do a little bit more testing, but upon first impressions, I'm definitely going to keep using it and really like it. I can't find any cons with the product so far, which really excites me. That was everything for today's video. I hope you found this helpful and enjoyable. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you're not already. I would love to have you. But thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.